All right, checking the gate. Give me a moment. And we should be live. And we are live. And welcome everybody to another Jedi Academy. I'm your host from the RC crew, Ranger J 1999. Welcoming you on this holiday weekend as we have the Jedi Academy. I didn't think we were going to do it, but a lot of people said they were available to do it. And, you know, being tradition what it is, I stand before you a broken and bitter man. Instead of getting to sleep in until 12 o'clock, I get to be up early. Early. But you know what? It's worth it because you guys love the Jedi Academy, where we bring a panel on of some great SWGOH streamers or players, and they are here to answer your questions. That's what it is. It's all about Q&A today. You have questions, this panel has answers, and we are going to go through and give you the best answers we can. And it's pretty simple how it works. If you have a question you would like to pose to the panel, and we should have more people coming on the panel here soon. I know there's some people that are a little bit behind, or we're going to be a little bit later and stuff like that. So we'll have more people coming on, so there will be more guests. But if you have a question, it's very important you follow these instructions because it's just little old Ranger today, no Finn. So if you have a question popping in the chat, make sure you put the word question in front of your actual question statement. I can see someone's already done that already, so that gives you an example of how you want to do that. Because we use Nightbot as a filter, and the filter has to be a keyword, and we just use question. It just makes sense. It's the easiest thing to do. So there you go. All right, so it would also behoove you to get your questions in sooner rather than later, because we will have a cutoff eventually for when we are done with questions, because the schedules usually go about 2 hours, and then right after we get done with this of the show, we're going to go right into my GAC. We do it every Saturday after the Jedi Academy, and so a lot of people from the panel will hang out, and we'll do my GAC, and then I will be outside again, breaking my ass on that hill. So that's just my life at the moment, and So, all right, so that's all that. So get your questions in. Also, if you could, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. Let's introduce our panel. We've got, of course, from the RC crew, we've got Run DMC Sir Loki here.
Morning.
Guys, Adidas going on. It's very
cold,
nice.
Man.
You're in California. What do you mean it's cold? You're in LA.
It's cold for us, man.
No, it's not.
Right when it hits 70.
No, it's not. You think you're some kind of Jedi?
Freezing. I'm good. Good morning.
Just awful. Also, speaking of California loving, we've got Van Seal, who doesn't, I don't know, Van Seal, is your nips freezing off over there in California?
No, I love the cold, man. It's great. I mean, it's a little chilly, that's for sure.
Like,
but,
what is cold by your definition?
So, California does this weird thing where, like, you'll have 1 week where it's like 80 degrees, great, and then you have another week where it's like 50 or 60. So, like, just that drop sometimes, kind of like people, I think, have a hard time adjusting. Because for whatever reason, we get pretty big drops. But I know other places in the United States, everyone's laughing like, oh, 60 degrees, that's nothing. But,
yeah, that's exactly what they're doing right now. Yeah. So. Also joining us, we've got Kane77. Kane, how are you, sir?
I'm doing very well. First of all, Sir Loki, 3-footer stripe. Love the outfit. That's great. And again, you guys don't know what cold is. I'm in Boston. You don't know what it's like -15. So I just don't even know what to say to you guys.
wait, you can get negative numbers?
What do you mean?
Just kidding. Yeah, I know that.
Oh man, I was about to stab you with I don't know, for something. What did I have here?
Ranger, you've been to mountain school with Fort Trauma. You know how it goes.
Oh yeah, it's well, I don't want to think about it. That's some cold ass temperatures, let me tell you, man. Jesus Christ.
Yes, man. Yes, sir.
Nothing like when you go outside and the snot freezes in your nose immediately. That's a wonderful sensation. Okay. So go ahead and get your questions in. Give your greetings. If you want to say hi, that's cool too. Say hi to everybody in chat. Say hi to us. As we get more people, we'll get them in here and you get them involved in the conversation, things of that nature. All right. So get your questions in. I've got Nightbot going. I got some, already had my coffee, some drinking some juice. Getting a little hydrated before I go on the hill today. So we got a few hours of RSG for you, and then there will be. I don't think there's any D&D tonight. I'm pretty 99% sure of that. And I know it's not happening tomorrow. So got people out of town and stuff for those. So okay. Let's see here. Questions are starting to come in slowly but surely. But what we like to do and start off with is what's on their mind for SWGOH this week. Van Sil, what's on your mind about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes this week, my friend?
Just trying to take advantage of those double drops or quad drops for some people.
Really nice.
So I think, honestly, some of the changes like CG has made are like really big. And I think they're going to be very good long term. Just because I was thinking about this the other night, that there's kind of like this void of like finding new players for guilds. I feel like for everyone across the board, I feel like it's so hard to keep that 50 full. And I think this is going to help keep that 50 full, because you're going to get a lot of those newer players that are going to be able to like kind of catch up to everyone else by 7-starring all their characters now, or at least more than they used to be.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. I think the rewards were great. I think the double drops have been fantastic. Where am I with? Let me look real quick of where I am with Kara, because I got Piet to 7 stars, and he is now gear 9. I got to get some stun guns.
Nice.
But I think Kara she's 82 out of 100, so she'll be done very soon. And I mean, with the double drops now, 0 times 0 is still 0. However, if you get 1, it starts doubled. So I mean, you with the refreshes stuff, I haven't missed, but I've had some big hits with her. So that's been really nice. And I think if you're working on a couple characters, because it's not just that, it's my Imperial Bomber's almost done, thank God. It's 85 out of 100, so that'll be done here very shortly because of all this double drop madness that CG has put on us. So yeah, it's been really nice. It really has. I think it's been a big help, to get the characters and stuff. All right, so Loki, the locomotive, what has been on your mind with old Star Wars Galaxy Heroes for you? Besides the cold temperatures.
No, I guess I'm chomping at the bit like everybody else. I just wait for Fridays to roll around so I can slice 2 mods, 3 mods, whatever they give us.
Yeah, I've not had a lot of luck with that.
That's all I've been waiting for, man. But no, I'm excited for that raid or whatever the challenge tiers that's coming. I have a feeling they're gonna make it hard. You can't go in there with just one team. You probably got to throw about 5 teams in it. A piece is what I'm thinking. Other than that, wondering why they did Kylo as the login character. I think I'm kind of wondering that. Not sure if they're gonna drop another GL on us or something.
No, they're not dropping another GL on us. But
think about it, right? Why do the double drops and everybody's doing great with double drops. I'll give CG credit for that, but you got to wonder why they're speeding everybody up like what they're doing. So I think something's coming down the pipeline. The challenge tier stuff. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to build your roster to probably accomplish that stuff now. But you always got to be a little cautious, or have those questions why CG's speeding up the game a little bit. So
I don't see anything with this. It's just the 5-year anniversary. And I think they're trying, maybe if you want to work on some characters upcoming, I do think we're going to get some, besides Moff Gideon, we are going to get some ships. I think maybe First Order ships. Maybe that's what Kylo Ren signifies. So, but then you could be writing too, Loki. So, who knows? That's my 2 cents on it. And then, Kane, what is on your mind this week, my friend?
Well, I'm enjoying the double drops. It's been fun. I'm working on some vanity projects right now. I'm really working on my troopers, and I'm working on my bounty hunters. Once I get
that's
those
nice.
It's been fun. And once I get those squared away, I'm gonna kind of circle back and actually start trying to do the Galactic Legends. I don't have a Galactic Legend right now, but I've been having fun doing other things right now, and I've enjoyed that. but now I'll get back and focus back and go into the bigger things.
Well, so what's going to be your first Galactic Legend you want to do?
Well, I think it's gonna, based on what my characters look like, it'll probably be Ray. Um, it just seems, I do have a more of a dark side way I've gone, but when it comes to resistance and things like that, I think I have a better focus on going that direction.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Ray's Ray's good too. As you can see in 3, she's a nightmare. She really is a nightmare. I'm sure we'll get some questions about that, but if we want to head that off with the pass, man, Ray is a beast, dude. That Ray, Han, Chewie combination. If you don't have Ray, Han, and Chewie of your own, good luck. She's just stupid, man. Or if you don't have Kylo to take care of that, you're in big trouble because that team. Woo, doggy. Galactic Legends, Van said we've talked about them. Loki too. I mean, they're pretty. In 3s, they're pretty OP, dude. They're very OP and a pain in the ass with, and gives a big advantage to the person that has them against those that don't have them, or not as many as the other person. What do you think, Van Sil?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I just got my Sith Emperor to Gear 13 yesterday. And in most of my GLs, I've been going up against people. He's my second GL, and most of my GACs, I've been going against people with like a minimum of 2 and sometimes 3. So yeah, definitely having more than your opponent gives you a very large advantage. So
yeah, especially in this GAC.
Yeah.
Look, he's a little different from you. It's just both have four Galactic Legends each.
Oh yeah, and all the ultimates and Relic 7, everybody.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. I always keep Jedi Master Luke to beat Ray. That's been the best for me. So I haven't found a Ray comp I haven't beat yet, but I do keep Jedi Master Luke for offense because
well, you gotta keep one because you know that Ray, man.
It just makes it easier. Yeah. Kylo's kind of like a no-brainer right now to keep for offense as well because he beats everything. So I usually lay Sith Eternal and Rey on defense, and then I switch both comps up to something like sometimes I'll throw I'll throw like Revan and Malik or something on Sith Eternal, and then I'll throw either double tank or double attacker on Rey. It kind of screws up the opponent because they kind of look at your GAC history and like double tank Rey is a little easier to take out than double attacker Ray, I guess. Like what you said, right? The Han Chewie combo is good. I mean, Purse Brothers combo's still good. You can go double clone with her, and it's super annoying. Or you can just go double tank. But the double tank version is a little easier to take out. So
sure.
I've been switching it up all the time, switch up on my opponent, and sometimes they have it. And that's the thing, right? Especially with Ray, it's either you have the counter or you don't. So most of my opponents look at it and they're like, okay, well, I put that counter on defense. I can't do anything. So, GG,
And we'll be looking at it again because I got my GAC coming up right after this, guys. So we'll do that over on Twitch. So the way it works, we do the Jedi Academy until about 12 Eastern. And then right after that, I do my GAC. We have fun for a little bit. And then I doubt Finn will get to his GAC today on Twitch. I know he's out of town again and he's busy doing stuff. So if he does, it'll be on Twitch. If not, then it's just the way the cookie crumbles. But that's okay. There's lots of people between last night and today that are doing GAC. It's a lot of good stuff over on Twitch. A lot of really good SWGOH streamers over on Twitch. If you've not checked them out, you should. There's really a lot of up and comers and a lot of fun people over there. Kate Gaming and Mort and Senate and trying to think of all the names. Ando 90. But if you just go there, they're all kind of interconnected. You see groups of people. They'll go watch this, and then they'll immediately go to this, and then they'll go watch this. So a lot of good stuff over there. Okie dokie. What's that?
I said Kate Gaming is great. It's nice to see like someone that's on a low level, kind of coming up and get perspective.
Yeah, Geek Girls over there. I mean, and they're all mid tiers. They're way lower than say yeah, me, Cubs, Arnold's, well, not Warrior anymore because he's starting kind of from where he was. So it's just us. Really, it's us three. There's a couple other ones that stream that have those high level, accounts because we've been playing for so long. But I think a vast majority of the streamers and stuff are lower. Maybe lower high tier, but lower mid tier. I mean, it's not so.
Remon, if you get his mod squid.
Or no, Remon's mid tier. He failed us. Urs was back in the spending. He's back, but he's lower tier. I mean, I've got higher GP than all those guys now. So, Cubs too. So, it is what it is. So, but I'm sure they'll eventually get caught up again. All right, let's get to the questions. Let me start filtering here. We'll start rocking and rolling everywhere. Let me just make sure that this is working. Thank God it is. Finn says, I am home. I'll be doing GAC later.
Oh, Finn is here. Should I tell him about the new macaroons?
What did I tell you, Kane? I'll kick your ass right out of this damn stream. And Loki will help me because we're both against Finn finding out about new sugar items. Isn't that right, Loki? All right, Loki's no help whatsoever. So, thanks.
Can't stop him, man.
Thanks there, 80s looking gangster. So Finn says he is home. He will do his GAC later. Well, if he's home, why isn't he helping me with Jedi Academy?
He's busy streaming on his other channel. That's why.
Oh snap! Loki just throwing shade.
I don't even know who to subscribe to anymore.
Man. Oh
no! 5 RSG channels. Jeez. All confusing for everybody.
Oh no! Snap.
Look at his new eye. That's his icon in chat, right?
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh,
I heard he's gonna have a new show. It's like the Fun Academy or something.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. The Fun Academy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's like that time I had to choose between my two dads.
Yeah. So confusing.
I don't know what to do anymore.
Oh God. Jesus. All right, let's get to some questions. Oh my God. All right, we'll start with oh God. We'll start with you, Loki, and we'll work our way around. Oh Christ. Let's see. Raider Nation's got our first question. Hey Raider Nation. He says, rank the top 5 Zetas for Imperial Troopers. Also with Piet in the game, what's your best Imperial Trooper team with troopers, I guess, or no, what's your best Imperial Trooper team for GAC 5e5? Loki. He was Loki.
Already?
I just said that we're going straight to you and working our way around, man.
I'm sorry. Hang on. I'm looking at the Zetas. So I think you go Veers for sure. You do need Piet. I mean, I guess you could do Piet first now, right? Because you can use Piet outside of the trooper team.
Yeah, you can use him.
That dude's a beast, man.
Yeah,
I would
awesome.
say to that dude, like, and then Stark, I guess last. And I didn't Zeta anymore, so I don't think the rest of them have them.
Yeah,
I don't think you don't need DT because of
no.
I'm not gonna Zeta Krennic, so
no.
But yeah, so you need the lead, I believe, on Veer. Hang on, I'm bringing this thing up, man, just so I can.
Well, I know Veer's yes, Stark.
You never did Starks.
Yes, Starks. Yes.
Officers, and then you need Pimp Trooper, and then you can do a couple different things. You can use Death Trooper. You can use Shore Trooper. Though I use like Shore Trooper now with Vader, but I do like to move everything over to Pimp Trooper, and it just does so much damage.
Well, for the longest time I was using Veer's. Veer's lead was Stark. Having him, at 280 speed or higher is important. Then I would go with Death Trooper, Range Trooper, and Snow Trooper, because he's just a little goddamn machine gun. And who do I replace him with Piet now? See, that's the thing I'm trying to figure out. Do I get rid of...
Well, like the challenge tier, right? So so there's really only, what? Again, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the roster right now, but there's 4 Zetas, right? So the priority, I think it's got to be Veers. I don't know, man. I'm torn between Piet. I almost want to say double Zeta Piet first.
I think you're right on that.
Then Veers, then Stark. I don't know, because Piet, you can use him outside of a trooper team. Like you can use him with like a Vader counter or something.
Yeah.
But if you want to auto that that challenge tier, then like the team I use is like Veers, Stark, Piet, Death Trooper, and Range Trooper. That's what I used in the challenge tier for the.
What do you use in 5v5 GAC then for the troopers? The same team?
Yes, right now.
Okay.
But it depends which team you go up against, right?
And who would you use that team on? Night Sister or something along that line, or is there another team that you can use against?
Yeah, you can do Night Sisters. They take out a bunch of stuff. You just got to make them go fast. Like you got to I think you make Piet the fastest now. I think is the most important, and then it's Stark. Like you give Piet's buff to Stark, and then Stark goes, and then he gives the turn meter to everybody, and it's just a big train. And the important thing is don't let the other team take a turn. So you can build up the stacks of the Emperor or whatever it's called. You get those little green buffs above you. But but going back to that challenge tier, like if you get like 100, you can get like 100 or 150 stacks of that thing, and you can auto that entire challenge tier.
Okay.
Which is the important one.
All right. Knowledge from Loki, brought to you by Snacky Smalls. All right. All right. Next question will go to Vincelali. This is from our good friend Darstein 1972. You know who that is, Vincil. He says, question. So I have to give CG a lot of credit for this year so far. CG mentioned they see going. TG addressed the gear in time. What and how should CG address the gear crunch? They have done better with it, but they still are not quite there, I think, in my opinion, on the gear crunch fence. So what do you think are some suggestions, things that they could do?
So in terms of suggestions, I think we can expect with the new challenge tier raid, we don't know what kind of rewards are going to be, but we're probably going to be getting gear from there. So that's another source of gear that we haven't acquired yet. So I think that's going to help. And then on top of that, the past 2 marquee characters we just had, IG-11 and Quill, neither of those characters require any cryotechs.
Yeah.
Until they're gear 13, and they're actually very easy to gear. So, not a really subtle change. I don't know if it's permanent or not, but I think if maybe for like the next 4 or 5 marquee characters that are coming out, if they keep it like that, I think that'll help quite a bit because. When they introduced the cryotechs, I know a lot of people were all upset and panicking just because it was like every time a new character came out, they had like 4 or 5 of these things, and they were starting at like gear 7, gear 8, gear 9. So I think removing cryotechs because everyone's so focused on trying to relic certain characters now. I think that's going to help. Maybe not now, but maybe like in a couple months from now, you'll definitely see like those, some kind of an effect right there.
Well, we've got the Galactic challenges. That's helping. The regular challenges, that's helping. There is more ways to get gear now than there was. Because back in the day, like say 2.5 years ago, the gear, once Rhodes was announced, and that's when the gear crunch really became prominent, right?
Yeah.
Then you got the Galactic Legends, and then it's just exponentially gotten harder and more difficult. Especially when you're going for relics. Certain pieces on the relic tier are just... Holy Jesus, they're ridiculous. Like if you're going for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, I would say Rey. If you're going for Galactic Legend Rey, get ready for some Cryotech Lev. Over 2,000 is what you're going to need in general just to finish off Rey, right? For Kylo Ren, it was different. It was the right side furnace pieces. It was over 1,000 furnaces pieces that you needed to finish off that team. Because I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, do each of these have two? They do have two. I was like, oh my God, what is wrong with, oh Jesus. So there's a lot of that. Now, I know Warrior was talking about, it's good with what they've done to the Shard Shop. And so, yes, the Chirotex is still a thing, but stun guns are still an issue. Stun cuffs, Corbantes are always a thing. I still don't think they've addressed, the biggest one for me has been stun guns, right? There's only really, other than like the events and or, which they've added stun guns now, but there's only one place you can really get them, or two. It's the Shard Store and still Get One. And unfortunately for Get One, you've got all these characters, especially for newer people that are coming up. They've got to get Hermit Yoda, they've got to get Gas, they've got to get Malik, they've got to get Womp if they want to eventually get Jedi Knight Luke. So it's like, pick your poison. Do you use your Get One for stun guns, or do you get those characters? Now, we always say get characters first, but then the only place you're really going to be able to get them is either a Shard Store and farming the node, and that's really, you just got to pray that you get stun guns out of any of the raids and stuff. You ain't getting them from the Hat raid, so that's not happening. I mean, there's TW, you get some and some other things, but I think stun guns is the one thing they haven't addressed. I mean, we get the daily challenge or the weekly challenges, from the the regular challenges for Corbantes, but we don't have one for stun cuffs. But you can get those out of the Shard Store. The guild store, I'm sorry, and stun guns. I mean, what do you think they could do for stun guns? That's the one thing that is the one piece that is everywhere, even for going for relic pieces.
I don't think they're ever going to do anything for stun guns, personally, because I also don't think stun guns, the stun gun like block or hold, whatever, I don't think it's a deal breaker. So I think what they've implemented with these double drops is they want the community to, get your characters done, get them out of the way. That way, once you're done with your characters, you just farm gear at that point. And not everyone, everyone does need stun guns, but for me, I'm only working on a couple characters, and so for right now I only need one or two. But some people might be saying, oh, I'm working on someone like Kira or Padme, and you need 5, 6 of those things. So I think it just depends on what you're working on, but I think with them increasing the drops for character shards and kind of just they want the community kind of just not farming characters as much anymore. I think that'll help. I think that'll go a long way, because you'll have a lot more choices to use your energy on. Okay.
All right. Let's go to the next question. We'll go to our boy Kane here from Red Ribbon Army. He says, question, I started an alt account a couple of months ago and now have my first data to apply. I'm thinking Merciless Massacre for Vader. What would you do first?
He's thinking Merciless Massacre for Vader.
Yeah.
Not knowing what his roster looks like, it's kind of hard to, say what Vader to put. I mean, it's not a bad Vader; it's a good Vader. I'd say put that, if you really want to go forward with it, but I just don't know where you are. I'd have to see your roster to kind of look at it and give you better advice.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go for Vader's Merciless Massacre, I don't have a problem with it per se, because first Zeta, it's a great character. The revamp on Vader is really good. If he's your favorite character, then please go ahead and do that. I think that's a solid Zeta, because it's Merciless Massacre is stupid. It's really stupid, man. I mean,
what would you say? Just going back to a beginning character or a beginning person, what would you say the first Zeta you should do as a newcomer to the community?
Well, it depends on which route did they take. Did they go the hyperdrive bundle route, or are they really free to play?
Well, let's say
and who are they working on?
Let's say they didn't go the hyperdrive. They're just free to play, coming into the game, just trying to feel it out and see what's going on.
Well, if they're going to go, it depends on who they're working towards, right? Or if they're going the Phoenix route and Geonosian route, then I'd say just save it until you get to one of those characters. If they're, say, going the Jedi Knight Revan route, then obviously you're going to put that Zeta on Jedi Knight Revan and or Grandmaster Yoda if that's what you're trying to do for arena and stuff. So it depends on which route they took and which characters that they're working towards. So again, I'd have to see the roster too to see before I'd say that. But Vader is Vader. So if you're Vader can do all kinds of stuff with Merciless Massacre. I mean, that's a game changer there for any account. So I'm okay with that. But if you want more in depth, just send us a link and we can look at it real quick and tell you if that's actually.
And you can do a roster review for that, gentleman.
If you like, we do them during the lunch stream Monday through Friday. All you have to do is send your roster and your GG page to Finity in our Discord, FINITY. And we can get you a roster review set up. So if you'd like that Red Ribbon Army, we can do that for you, buddy. All right.
And fruit snacks.
Let's see here. Going back to Sir Loki. Let's see here. From What Else 73 says, question. He says, I have Supreme Leader Kylo Ren for offense, but Jedi Master Luke on defense. What's the best counter for Rey with Scavry and Holdo on defense? Rey is really the bane of my existence in 3v3.
Well, I mean, you have Supreme Leader Kylo, so I would just run that.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah. The +2, probably gonna go Crew or Red Boy on that team, or what is it? You can try a Daka Zombie on offense too. That works.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah,
well, that's because the AI is dumb. It'll keep attacking Zombie over and over again.
Yeah, but it buys you time a little bit. But the important thing is, you have a +2 that stands while Rey goes into ultimate. So if Kylo's the only one left and Rey goes to ultimate, you probably won't survive it anymore. So you definitely need to have a +2 standing, and Daka Zombie usually is standing. You can get him to heal. Daka heals, and then Zombie's just gonna do her thing and stay alive as long as Daka's alive. So you have Supreme Leader Kylo. I mean, I've seen people try to use, scout the whales on SWGOH, and I've seen some teams, like I've seen a Darth Revan, Basilishan Fallen Thrawn team that takes out the double tank Rays. You mentioned Scavray is on that team, so she might pick off one or two tunes on the other side. But if you're facing like a double tank Ray, you might want to try Revan lead, Basilishan Fallen, and Thrawn. I think that's one of the teams that takes out a Ray team without a GL. Or you swap your, you mentioned Jedi Master Luke on defense, but you can run Jedi Master Luke on offense, and you could put Kylo on defense if you want. So that's another option.
There you go. All right. Next question will go to Vencil. Says from Darkson 1972 says, question, I'm down to 5 characters left to 7-star in the whole game. Once I get these completed, is it better to farm hard nodes or regular energy nodes for gear, and why?
I would say normal, just because you have more opportunities to get gear. But if you're trying to max out on your shard shop, then hard nodes aren't a bad idea either.
Yeah, there's some good ones out there now with the double,
So for me, dark side, I think it's like dark side. It's like on the 7th node, I think, or something like that. But stun guns, so kind of like what we were talking about earlier, you use stun guns, or you can start firing your cryotech. So both of those nodes, or all 3 of those nodes, I think are 10 energy. So it gives you plenty of opportunities. Get maybe like, I always hope for at least like 5 a day. If I get 5 a day, I'll be happy. But I don't know how much you do refreshes. So, but yeah, I would say do normal nodes. But if you want to do shard shop, like really just hard farm shard shop the hell out of it, then I would say do hard nodes, and probably do the hard nodes with like, multiple characters on there.
Yeah, those are nice. If you can get gear from it. If you're short on Kyrtex because you still have the relic, you can just farm Kyrtex till the cows come home, right? So, and that really makes a big difference, especially if you still have a couple of Galactic Legends or one Galactic Legend, some relic characters you need to work on. So there you go. All right, next question for our boy Kane. From our boy RC Vormax question says, we can all agree we need more ships. So if you could choose which ship is released and choose piloted or unpiloted, what would you go with?
So a new ship?
Yeah, new ship. You can pick any faction. You can pick pilot or unpiloted. What ships or ship would you like to see in the game? And
Oh, you're gonna think this is funny. Do you know the it might be a spoiler.
if it's a spoiler, don't say.
All right. I will say then, folks should watch a show called Kim's Convenience Store.
Okay.
The actor who actually it's not a spoiler now when I think about it. The gentleman, the Korean gentleman that's the actor that is the other X-Fighter with Dave Filoni.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, so you could do him with his ship. So a new X-Wing. But what about Red 5 though? We still haven't got Red 5 in the game.
We haven't got Red 5, and obviously that's going to be probably like a legend thing or a Galactic chase or something like that. I mean, if you're just putting something into the store that's going to be like, something fun to like do, I would think that. Red 5 is going to be one of those things that we're going to just have to kill ourselves to get when it comes out.
Sure. Well, I'm thinking about facts.
That particular ship,
Who is listening to Old Spice commercials? Why do I keep hearing the Old Spice whistle?
That's me. I'm sorry.
Is that your text or something?
That's my text.
Oh my god! I thought I was going mad, and then it really was predominant there. I'm like, power.
I'm sorry. I'll turn it off. I didn't know that it was gonna hit that hard.
Old Spice.
The best thing about that is when you sit in the hallway or in an elevator,
oh my god!
And
oh my god! All right.
My bad. But yes, going back to the X-Wing, yeah, I would like to see that particular X-Wing for fun. But Red 5, I think is going to be a Galactic legend or something of that level.
Sure.
So.
Well, and I think the two factions that still need some more addressing is First Order and Resistance. Because Rebels is pretty solid. I think Empire maybe needs another ship or two for offense. They've got their tank ship now.
I think droids, separatists.
They could do one or two more ships. I would, they can get the one ship, and I can't think what it is. It's another droid ship that they could throw in. The one that had the face on it with the gun, and I can't think of what it is, but you could add those.
What about
circular one?
Yeah, I can't remember what they're called. They're called.
There's
a certain.
Hello, Governor.
Yeah, it's Nev. The Nevs here. So they could round out the droid ships. They can round out the Resistance, and they can round out the First Order. Maybe a ship or two more for Empire, and then we're good, right? I think the fleets will be kind of set. That's more ships. You can add Red 5 as something really cool, and I think we'll be good to go. All right, look, it's the Nev, everybody, from the GAC Center and the Escape Pod.
Kaz.
Yes. Nev, perfect timing because we're going for our GAC today. We're going to get Cabber today.
Cabber.
My life is Cabber. Cabber's life.
Cabber's
I'm sorry, Nev. I'm not perfect 9-0 this season because I had that one where I got cheeky and I should have easily won, but the second match I let you down because
you can't win them all. I'm having a bad month as well. I'm probably only going to be going 10-2 this month.
I'm shooting for 11-1. It's in our grasp, So
I lost my first round of this week for like the first time in forever. Studied my opponent, strategized, came up with the tactics, saw what they went for, yep, these are all the teams they're going to play for. Had the win in my grasp, needed 61 on each fleet, got to fleet, and they did not put what they normally put in there, and my strategy went to complete and utter rat shit.
Yeah,
so
it happens.
It happens.
Also, I just want to say a quick shout out to the Mando this season because I had another.
I watched it last night.
We're not doing any spoilers. We're not going to talk about it, but I can say that another lady boner explosion happened in my pants yesterday.
I got
multiple times. Yeah.
Did you see my tweet? Did you see my?
No, I did not.
Was
that King? No spoilers. We're not talking about anything of it.
Oh yeah, no. It was no spoilers.
No spoilers. You can say if you liked it or not. You know, I'm just saying. I have.
Not even who an actor who was.
Yeah. No.
Or that.
No.
Okay,
I put down. I tweeted last night. You remember the first time you watched Avengers, and you saw all 5 of them in New York, and you were like, oh, that's what it felt like watching that episode. That is exactly. That was the feeling I had the first time I watched Avengers, and you see the camera looking at all 5 of them, and you're like, at last, the Avengers, all 5 of them together.
Dave Filoni should have done the whole trilogy, hands down.
Well, he's getting better. His directing is getting better, but I think Jon Favreau is he's a mad lad. This has been just unbelievable. So I'm just over the moon with what they're doing in Mando. I mean, it's goddamn. So if you guys have not seen it, you should. And then
I ate a whole pie at 7 a.m. in the morning. Watching the show.
I had a full bowl of popcorn and some bread with some dip next to me. I was like, I'm so ready for this episode.
Yeah, I can't wait for the next 3. Good Lord, dude. Yep. Now, for those that have not seen it and don't have access, I am going to do a Discord party where you guys can go in and watch it, so everybody can binge watch it. I'll binge watch it with you. It'll be kind of like my Christmas gift to everybody, because I do have Disney Plus and we can do that. But I know a lot of people want to binge it, and I know a lot of people can't get to it, and I know a lot of people haven't seen it. So for all those fans that want to do it that way, we'll do it for you. We'll get you squared away. All right, let's go to Nav. Let's give you a question. Let me find one. Loki. All right, Wolfell. And then I got a couple for you, Loki, next. So get ready. You're on deck there, Locomotive. Let's see here from Vormax. He says, question. No, we did that one. Wolfell for you, Nav, says, should CG find a way to add the Shard Shop currency to the full characters in Bronziums? Character farm was not the problem in the game, and they nerfed a big source of getting gear. What do you think?
I think it's fine the way it is. I mean, I do think it's fine the way it is. The Shard Shop currency, I mean, it doesn't kick in until you've got like multiple characters anyway. And it is a good source for gear. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some gear in there that you should never ever spend your Shard Shop currency on, but I actually think it's fine the way it is, Wolf. I do genuinely think it's good the way it is.
Well, so we're talking about the Bronzium stuff now. What do you think? With the changes to the Shard Shop,
the way that they've changed the Bronzium with obviously you getting double on singles, but it maintaining how many you get for the full characters. That's just by default. You know, it's not giving you 50 shards. It's giving you the character. But if you've already got the character, it's simply giving you what the equivalent activation of that character is. So, you know, if a character activates at 50 or at 25 or at 10 and you've already got it, it's not going to all of a sudden say, oh, here's 100, go convert that 100. Here's 50 or here's 20. It's just the way that it's just the way it's always been designed. And I think trying to mess around with it from that point of view, it's not that it's too much effort for CG. It's just that I just think they look at it and think, yeah, that's unnecessary. You're going to get a bunch of extra shards this way, and you'll be able to exchange that in the shop.
I think that the bronzing with the gear, I mean, it helps. That's if you sit down and you go through your
if you sit down and you click through hundreds of thousands,
so you know you can. I do it once in a while just to do it, but you're gonna get crud gear from other places too. But you have to take it in increments and build it up. It took me forever to build it up. It's going to take you forever to build it up. And as soon as you do a couple Galactic Legends, it's going to be gone, and you got to start from scratch. And I'm starting from scratch regardless. So it is what it is. All right. All right. We have 2 questions here for the Legend Loki here. Let's see here. From Darson 1972, question for Loki. This is the first one. It says, I'm tapped out on the higher gear pieces for the high-end level for... Let me try this again. For Loki, I'm tapped out on the higher gear pieces for the high relic Jawa scavenger pieces. What's the best way to replenish this and stock back up?
The high-end one? So you're talking...
Yeah. High gear pieces for the high relic Jawa scavenger pieces. What's the best way to replace this and stock this back up?
Dude, your questions is, I mean, I have no clue because those are, I mean, at that point you're farming the gold stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you're talking conductor and you're talking and the card, right?
You talk about all that crap, man.
Yeah. So for some reason I have a bunch of Mark 12 gold laptop looking things. That's what I'm using.
Some I have a buttload of, and some like the furnaces and stuff like that. You just like
yeah, they threw a curveball. Yeah, like the conductor used to be it's the eyeglasses and the and the armor piece, or not the armor, the wristband.
Yeah.
And then they threw a couple curveballs at us on the high end, and you had to keep them. I think Luke needed that. Luke needed that funky starburst looking piece. Yeah, your best bet is you farm that stuff out of Shard Shop, and then convert it, I guess, and you get that 1,050. That's unfortunately what I'm doing. I don't think there's any other way to do it. And sometimes you got to sacrifice those Mark 12 full pieces to get that to get the card, or you simply just buy the pack, man, for that damn for the conductor, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get
that's a
you
big
can't
deal.
Get those pieces out of
you can, yeah. I mean, for
Galactic,
1,500 crystals.
Well, not just that, but if you want to be slower about it, if you do the challenge tier 2, maybe 3 if you're possible, you can get them from there, but you have to have pretty damn good characters relic to do that. And so you'll get some from there, because I'm sure you've got some team that will be able to get some of those pieces, but
I still can't do the Night Sister one, man.
No, I can't do it either. I don't even try. Yeah, I'm not even...
I can do the Trooper one, and Troopers, you use them in 2... Like, Troopers for the challenge tiers is like, you need to invest in them for that gear.
Yeah.
That's just... I tell anybody that they can do 2 of the challenge tiers. They do the Endor one, and they do the bounty hunter one, right? But then you pick Troopers, and it's just it's a slam dunk. So it's either you invest in those teams to do those challenge tiers and get the free gear, or you buy for the conductor, the cheese danishes, just buy the 1,500 crystals, climb to your rank 1 after 3 days, then buy the pack, or buy that.
It's pretty much it's pretty much your only options.
Yeah, it's tough.
Or you're just farming the gear just to salvage it.
The transistor is no brainer. So for me, I didn't have a character that can farm the transistor until I got Quill, and that's why I'm not gearing Quill. But actually, I'll throw a shout out to Van Seal. I think Van Seal put that video out for the bounty hunters that beat Sith Eternal. So I kind of want to do my Quill now, but my Quill right now is stuck at like gear 5 or gear 6, and I can farm the Mark 7 armor piece, because I haven't had a tune that could do it for since the scavenger came out.
The other places you get stuff out of the Sith raid, but getting top 10 in the Sith raid is no easy task now. Especially if you don't have Kylo, you might as well just forget about that pipe dream. But even then, now with a lot of people having Kylo, if you're at that level, you could still do really well. It's like the hat raid. Like, hey, I finished 12th, even though we all have the same score. Some nonsense. It's like, God damn it. It's like, it is what it is. So you just have to do the best you can. Try to get the pieces where you can, and just let it build up. I mean, it's just one of those things where you got to take your time and be very specific about who you take up past. For me, it's like, I don't take a lot of characters past Relic 5 unless I have to. I mean, I really don't. So I'm very particular about who goes to 5 into 7, because that stuff is a bitch to get your hands on. All right, next question for Loki. We had 2 back-to-back for you. We have Elliot Worldsfold. This is question for Loki. What do you use to beat Rey with Galactic Legend Luke? So you're going in there with Galactic Legend Luke. Who are the other 2 you bring in, say 3 or 5s?
So is he talking? He's talking 3s or 5s?
He's talking. Yeah. You got Galactic Legend Luke, and you got to beat Rey. What are you going to use?
Okay, in GAC or arena or what?
Let's say
is it?
GAC because that's. I mean,
Okay,
you can
so
go with
like
your
three,
big,
so
yeah,
so like
arena's not.
3v3 right now. My go-to team is and again I have the ultimate, so it does make a difference. If I don't have the ultimate, I would think you put him on defense, but if you have him in the ultimate, run him as a leader, and then you need I like to run one attacker, so I sometimes use gas. It depends what the Ray team is. So if it's like the double tank Ray, I like to throw gas in there, and so it's going to be Jedi Master Luke lead with gas, and then I like somebody that can bring protection back, because you're gonna go the distance with Ray, and you got to survive probably, 2 or 3 whirlwinds and 2 ultimates from her probably. So Hermit Yoda is a good +3. Because he recovers protection. Jolie's pretty good actually. I use him, and all you got to do against Ray is just keep calling gas to assist, and he'll basically whittle down the tanks, and then you got to survive the whirlwind a few times, and then you just get the Luke's ultimate. So you'll get to Luke's ultimate probably, I don't know, turn 10 or something like that, right? If you keep spamming the Luke's ability and you keep spreading that buff around to gas and your healer. And then once you get to ultimate, then it's slam dunk because it bypasses all the tanks and you can just go after Ray. So, yeah. And if you have a tune in there that can recover protection, you'll get your banners back. So you can get your 54, 53 banners if you play it correctly and heal all your protection back with it.
Okay. All right, next question. We go to Van Seal. Kane's on deck. Let's see here. Let me refresh it. Hold on, my Nightbot's being silly. Of course it is. Keep getting your questions in, guys. Remember, we will have a cutoff for questions, so it behooves you to get these in sooner rather than later. All right. Let's see. We just kind of answered Jay's question. What's the best team to beat Ray in 3v3 using Jedi Master Luke? We just talked about it. Okay, so here's one from Travis Anderson. Van Sil's question. Don't know if this has been answered yet already, but what are good stun teams to use for 30 stun challenge? The challenge in GC. I tried many stun teams, including Night Sisters, and he passed it. It's Night Sisters, right?
Night Sisters is your go-to stun team, isn't it?
Yeah, you have to tap.
I used Jedi Knight Luke lead, man. He's got that AoE stun. That's pretty quick.
That works.
Yeah,
too.
that works too. That's a nice stun.
It's harder if you have.
You can use Luke lead with Night Sisters, actually.
Yeah,
I think that's what I use.
If you're trying to get, the lower level ones, unless you have lower level tunes, you're not going to be able to get like tier 1 through 3 because they're just going to die. Daka tries a stun, she's going to actually kill the character. So I mean, it's not like it's going to work. Any thoughts on what you think about this, Van Sil?
Yeah, I'm not a really big fan of that one or the one from last week. I mean, well, the thermal detonator one. So
I didn't like
that one. Just didn't make sense. Period, because, like I just did a Zam lead with all the thermal detonator bounty hunters. The problem is, thermal detonators do it actually varies from character to character, which is kind of weird. But on bounty hunters, you're looking at about 25 to 30% max health damage. So if you do that times 30, it's actually not enough health for your opponent on some of the early rounds to actually heal themselves to get hit with that many detonators. I'm assuming they all go off before you get a chance. But this one, I think if you outgear the tier, you're just not going to do it because you're just going to kill the people before you actually get a chance to stun them. So yeah, Night Sisters was the one I actually used. And then I didn't think about Luke, but yeah, I guess you could use Luke with Night Sisters. That would work. But or maybe someone like Dooku or something like that, get 2 stuns at once. But yeah, no, I'm not really a big fan of that challenge, and thankfully the gear is not super.
It's not that important. I just was like, what, this is too much of a headache for me just to care about like some ship credits and some okay gear. It's like, okay, it's Corbantes. Do I really want to spend the next 15 minutes doing this? Yeah, I just was like, no. Now the other part of it was real. I mean, it's bounty hunters and it was fun and figuring it out and which bounty hunter lead and stuff. I mean, that was fun, and trying to make sure you didn't lose anybody. That was a cool challenge as well. But the stun challenge, just do something better with your life. Just don't. If you want to try tier 4 higher, if you depend on the level of your characters. But yeah, it's
or lower the number, because I remember before, like I think it was last month, they had a challenge like that, but it scaled with the tier.
Yeah,
it was like something like I think at the lower tiers was like use 1 light side droid on your team, and then as you get to the higher tiers, like use 2 light side and then 3. So scale it, because like having just 30 stuns for all the tiers, like I just don't see that happening. Like I don't think someone has a single roster that can do that without having to do some weird janky team, and it's just not worth it in my opinion.
Yeah. All right, a couple for just RSG before we get to you, Kane. Let's see here. Darsign, can RSG get a petition started for Porkins in the game? He's the vanity character I think we all want and deserve. Well, it's your character that you want and deserve. I could care less about Porkins. Sorry. Ah! You got a problem here? Pull up. No, I can handle it. Ah! No, you can start that. We'll support you, buddy, but I'm not getting that nonsense started. What else in 3 says, why does Finn think WoW is more important than SWGOH suddenly? Why is Finn making us all cry? Because Finn only cares about 2 things, porgs and sugar. So, Finn will do what he wants. All right, next question. We'll go to Drucifer912. To you, Kane, says, question, what's the best Jedi Knight Master Luke for Arena with some mod insight, also GAC?
I'm sorry, say it again.
That's what I'm trying to... His question's kind of weird. You know what? Let me come back to this one. Let me see if I can... Let's change this up. I'm going to give you the other question here, because I have to... I'm going to see what he's saying here. So here's another question from Jay for you there, King. His question, what would be a capital ship for Bounty Hunter faction? Errant Venture is the only thing that comes to mind. If you had a capital ship for the Bounty Hunters for ships, what would you say there, King? Let me see this question.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah,
no, the Errant Venture would be a goose one. I mean, boosted. But then you'd need to bring in boosted Terek. But they could use the base station from the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
They could use that. They could use because that is, for all intents and purposes, a bounty hunter. You know, it's a
hub
for bounty hunters.
Hub of scum and villainy. Yeah.
They could, so I suppose they could use something like that. But yeah, no, the Errant Venture. Yeah, no, that would be. Yeah, that would. I must admit, that would be pretty. But does anybody know what the Errant Venture looks like?
No. Red Star Destroyer.
It's a Red Star Destroyer.
All right. Well, Nev stole my question. You got another one?
You don't get any more questions. You have to kill Nev.
Die.
Microphone is going up.
All right. Let me get to this question. I'll just throw this out to anybody who wants to answer. I'm going to try to answer this one for Drucifer. Okay. What's the best Jedi Master Luke for Arena with some mod insight and also GAC? All right, Jedi Master Luke for Arena. The team that I'm running, and I do use them on offense and defense, is I'm going Jedi Knight Revan lead with Luke, Jedi Knight Luke, Gas, and Hermit Yoda. There are variants of that. Instead of Hermit Yoda, we're seeing Jedi Master Luke or Jedi Knight Revan lead with Watt as the 5th, right? Especially with the Jedi Knight Revan team, because Watt he immediately puts that tank buff on Luke and makes it really a pain in the ass to deal with, especially for raid teams, because they're constantly getting that health and protection back. Those are the 2 variants that I'm seeing. In GAC, we're seeing if he's not being used for offense, it's Luke, Watt, and Bass the lead for defense is what I've been using. A lot of people are doing that, and if they're using for offense, you heard some of the teams that Loki's doing. Anybody else with some insights on that one? Okay, we'll move on. All right, let me refresh. Nightbot, if you guys haven't already, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff if you haven't already. Get your questions in. We are, first come, first served. That's the way it works here. So, and then in about an hour, we are going to go do our GAC. So we'll continue with the Jedi Academy, and then we will rock and roll right into my GAC. And then I guess Finn will do his GAC sometime this afternoon. And there you go. Okay, let me see here. Oh, God, Finity for Nev. Hi, Nev. He says, Finity, I scrambled eggs with yellow Vermont cheddar for breakfast. What do you have? What did you have?
Bangers and mash.
It wasn't cheddar. It was just some Vermont cheese. It's not cheddar unless it comes from the Cheddar Gorge region of the UK, Finn. Quit it. Just quit putting cheddar on any. He started this argument. He started this argument a few days ago. He seems to think that you can just put the word cheddar next to any cheese, and that just makes it cheddar. It doesn't, Finn.
But it's Finn, so why did you fall into his trap and argue with him, Nev? Because that's what he wants.
Because I knew I was right and I knew he was wrong.
But he doesn't care. He thinks he's right, and no matter what you say, he's going to say that he's right.
It's not cheddar. It's just it's not cheddar, Finn. It's not cheddar.
We won the war.
It's not cheddar.
I don't even know why he's a troll for a reason. All right, this is a question for everybody. We'll start with you, Nev, and work our way. Well, we'll start with Kane and work our way around. What else? Any three? Question. What are you working on that isn't needed for a Galactic Legend? Anything that you're working on that is not for a Galactic Legend? Go ahead, Kane.
Imperial Troopers and Bounty Hunters.
There you go.
You know, my Piet is now close to getting relics, and I'm very excited about that. I since the beginning of the game, my troopers have been my favorite team all time. I always work with my troopers. It's my favorite thing. I really enjoy them for a lot of different reasons. So my troopers are always top one. Bounty Hunters, I've really got them up and running. My Grief Kaga. Working on him. He's almost 7-star. And then I'm working on a second Bounty Hunter team. Those are my two things and my passion I'm working on right now. Once I get those done, I'll actually go towards getting a Galactic Legend. But those are kind of my passion projects that I'm working on.
So for me, I'll throw my 2 cents in here real quick. Is I'm gearing up Piet. He's 7 stars. Kara's about to be 7 stars real soon, and I'll have her up. For me, it wasn't a specific faction. I had certain characters in each faction that I wanted to get relics. So we did Padme, Jolie, Watt, Thrawn, Asajj, and now I'm doing Padme was in there as well. We just got her squared away. I'm finishing Shock T. She's going to relic. Then after that, I'll go for Sith Eternal Emperor, right? But I wanted to get Piet squared away first because that's the first character on that roster that I wanted to get squared away. The other ones, some are already relic like Vader and stuff, so it wasn't really that big a deal. But Piet was the thing, but that's what I'm working on. What about you, Van Seal? What light side teams are you working on right now?
This is pretty bad, but thanks to double drops, or quad drops, I actually unlocked Resistance Hero Finn.
How dare you? How dare you, sir?
Arc Trooper. So I decided if I'm going to do Arc Trooper, it's either now or never because Cantina farms are awful because you have to be going for your relic materials, and he's my last one. So farming for him, and then I'm also farming Kara. Once I get her 7-star, probably like a day or two, I'll take her to Gear 13 to make sure she's ready for an incoming possible Bounty Hunter Legendary event coming up.
Could be. All right.
That's about it.
Loki, you have everything, correct?
What do you mean I have everything?
You have everything your will.
Okay.
All right, moving on. Now, what are you working on? Anything that's not Galactic Legend related?
Nothing.
See?
No, I'm just kidding. Rebel Fighter right now. So,
Rebel
yeah,
Fighters.
Mon Mothma team.
There you go. Man, that team on defense for me has been goddamn amazing. Mon Mothma.
It's good on offense, man. I'll tell you that right now.
It's good on offense, but Mon Mothma, Biggs, and Wedge for me in threes has been just stupid, man. I mean, people are having fits.
It takes out General Grievous, man. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, that's nice. So
good.
Work on Mon Mothma. There you go. Nev, what are you working on that's not Galactic Legend related?
Just the ships and the Mandalorian characters. I'm desperately trying to get my ships up. Obviously, you need 2 fleets when you're in Div 1 and Div 2, so it's kind of important to have all of the
little bit,
all those extra ships. Yeah. So yeah, that's where my efforts are on gearing the characters I need for the GL counters, and then just farming Mando characters and ships.
Sure. All right. Well, here's one for the entire panel again. Then we'll go to you, Nev, and for the whole panel too. There's another question. It's actually a really good one. Darcy 1972 for the panel. What is your favorite Thanksgiving side dish? And yes, even Nev has to answer this question. For me, it's stuffing. I am a stuffy junkie. I mean, my mom makes the homemade cornbread stuffing. I ate it yesterday again. It's just mwah! Great, it's so good. I love turkey and stuff, but man, that's crack for Ranger. What about you, Nev? You have to answer this question. Apparently, said the person.
Yeah, no, stuffing. But not the stuffing that you have in the States, the stuffing from the UK. So it's got suet in it. But yeah, really, really nice. Excellent with turkey. The thing is, you got to remember, even though culturally in the UK we don't have a Thanksgiving, we tend to have turkey as Christmas Day dinner. So
yes, very much so.
The turkey dinner that you guys have for Thanksgiving is, for all intents and purposes,
Christmas
the same thing that we have for Christmas dinner.
And a lot of Americans still do that for Christmas too. Like, ham and turkey is the essentials. We like to do a ham for Christmas instead of a turkey, since we did turkey for Thanksgiving, just to mix it up and stuff. So, Kane, what's your favorite? You said your side dish already.
Well, no, I this is the question I was actually looking to discuss, and Darsani, DM me, and I'll talk to you about some of the things.
Just one, man. Just one side dish, man. We don't need the whole recipe or menu.
Well, I know I grew up in restaurants. My family owned restaurants.
Sure, but pick one.
All right, I live 4 blocks away from the sea, so I go and grab my own clams. I do baked stuffed clams. I go and get them myself.
Jealous.
That's nice.
Jealous. I'm so jelly.
I go and grab them right from the ocean.
Getting right from the harbor.
And I bring them home and I make baked stuffed clams. And then I do, you're on the other side, Loki. I don't know what you got on your side, but I do those, and I do baked stuffed shrimp. And those are my 2 appetizers I always make.
There you go.
I do miss the lobster out there, man. So,
lobster,
Lobster.
Clam chowder. What about you, Loki? Any side dish is your fave that you think about on Thanksgiving?
No, I like the I like the green bean casserole with the French fried onions.
Those are good. Those are good. Yeah,
that's one of my favorite sides. I mean, dude, stuffing is probably my favorite, but green bean casserole is like my second favorite.
There you go. What about you, Vincel?
Sushi and shrimp cocktails.
Interesting choices for Thanksgiving. There you go. Very nice. Okay, so there you go. The side dish addictions of the panel. All right. We'll go to Nab, but I think we may go to everybody's thoughts on this, because it's going to kind of relate to everybody for this question. Well, Listener 3 says, question, do you think 11 teams in 3v3 is way too few for Division 1? Seems like 66 characters for offense and defense is too little. Shouldn't it be like a minimum of 15?
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree that for 3v3 specifically, it would make sense to have a greater number of teams required. 11
specifically for Division 1.
Just for Division 1. Yeah, just for Division 1. I wouldn't argue with that for Division 1, because there are times. I mean, there are times when it's hard, just because of what your opponent puts in defense. But then there are times when it's like ridiculously easy and you just breeze through it and you're like, where was the challenge, So anything that they can do to make it a little bit more challenging, I'm on board with. Yeah. Even though I lost my first round, it wasn't a screw up because of the characters. It was me screwing it up. It was, my own fault, my own stupid fault. So.
You have done this yourself, Anakin.
Yes, I have done this myself.
What about Loki, Vancil, King? You guys, more teams? What do you think?
Yes.
Okay, good insight from Vancil.
You took my answer. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that's why you guys tune in for this incredible insight.
I think we need one more ship on defense, man. I'll tell you that right
How
now.
dare you, sir?
I wouldn't
kill
mind.
you.
I wouldn't mind for
Shut
Division 1.
your
I think that'd be pretty
goddamn
fun.
pie hole.
You need 3 ships.
No.
Oh God,
and
that
15 teams, man.
17
Make it
teams.
Mm-mm.
17.
maybe that would work, but only when the CG finally decide to make multiple categories for Division 1. So 5v5. So for Division 1, 4.5 to 5.5, keep it how it is, right? 5.5 to 6.5, maybe throw 2 extra teams in there, and then for 6.5 onwards, then yes, 3 fleets and 15 teams, because by the time you've got to 6.5, you've got everything. You've got everything.
Yes, I agree.
Jesus Christ, shut up, Loki. God damn it.
Ranger, you're safe. You're nowhere near the 6.5 yet.
Yes, I am.
You're only at what, 6.4?
I'm 6.4. That's not. I'm about to do Sith Emperor Palpatine. So yeah, shut up.
Oh, you're going to the elite division then, are you?
Shut your cake hole. Okay. Let me refresh because I just want to check on Nightbot here, and we'll get to some more questions. At this point, I'm just throwing it around there. Okay. Well, okay, we'll go to you, Kane, on this one. It says Travis Anderson, and we're just going to throw this out to everybody, their thoughts on this. He says, question, can we all press the serious issue of the mod cap? By far the worst feature of the game. So sick of selling mods maxed every day. Yeah, the mod cap is kind of pain in the ass because we're constantly having to dick around with mods here, right? I mean, they said they can't do anything about it. I call baloney on that because they've done so many other things. It's, give me a freaking break. Just increase it by like 300 or something, right? What are your thoughts on this, Kane? And then I want everybody's thoughts if they want to add anything insightful other than yes, I agree.
I think the mod cap is baloney as well. I know, right or wrong, I do keep mods off my low-level characters to keep my GP down. I know it's very little fluff, but I do that. There should be a higher bank for those. And then, when you get to that bank and they're saying you have 6 days or whatever that you have to bank them out, I get frustrated by that and I just delete them. And I just move on. I'm totally frustrated by that.
Well, so the thing with the mod cap, what it does is, I don't think CG understands this, is that you work on mods, but you have tons of mods that you're working on at once. And there's only so many you can put on characters. But when you pull mods, especially grays and greens, you just don't have the slicing materials yet to get them. But if you've got a 5-speed showing on a gray, a bunch of grays, you're going to let them sit there because you're going to go back and try to work on those when you get the slicing materials. And and then it makes you make decisions. Well, I can't keep this mod because it's a 5 blue, and I need better mods to hit.
And then sometimes, Ranger, I just don't have the time. When all these things go on, working and doing anything else, I don't have the time to sit down and go and just sit there, blah, 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 and try and do that. I just don't have the time sometimes, so it's frustrating.
And it's monotonous because I did it the other day. I went through and cleared out a bunch of mods that were, there were 5-dot, but I didn't really, I just put them a while ago on characters I didn't really give a shit about. And so I went through and cleaned up and made a little bit more space, but it's still, there's only so much space. And for what we're trying to do with mods, especially trying to get those higher speed hits and these other percentages, it's not a lot room to work with. The rest of the panel, what do you guys think? Any thoughts on increasing the mod cap? Do you think it's baloney too? I mean, what's your frustration? Should they increase it by now already? Or what do you think?
Nah, I think
how dare you?
I'm gonna say no, just because I feel like we get mods so much more now with all these. We get so many events that just hand out mods. I think the community just might need to get a little bit more stricter on their mods, just because. I get it, and I hate it too, because I'm getting to the point now where I'm putting mods on characters that I don't even use, because I'm running out of the space. I'm like, I don't want to delete this mod because eventually I do want to slice it. But I think even if they increase the cap, we're just going to be right back where we are now. eventually. It's only a matter of time. I don't think they can keep like pushing that envelope. And
But we haven't had a cap increase since what ever.
Yeah,
right?
no, it's been a while. I mean, I think they can do one. I think they could probably do another increase, but I don't think like keep doing increases is going to save the problem. But I mean, you can always just delete mods too, and then you'll never have the problem again. But I wouldn't recommend it.
All right.
It's not something the mod caps never affected me. No, well, definitely on my main account, and I'm like many people. Sometimes you just don't have the time to go through them all. I don't have a lot. I have maybe between a half a dozen and a dozen mods of all of the various different types, except for the arrows. I've got like 30 speed arrows because, over playing this for years and years and years, you tend to build up a lot of speed arrows that, more speed arrows than you have characters. And I do have more speed arrows than I have characters. But when it comes to all of the others, the diamonds, the circles, the triangles, the crosses, the squares, I don't have an awful lot. And it's just the ones that I get spare. And my remedy to not having the time to do mods all the time is I'll just wait a month, because you get a boatload of mods over a month, plus what gold ones do show speed in the store. I'll buy them ones occasionally, and then at least once a month I'll use the slicing material, because every single day all I do is I never buy mods because we get enough free. I just buy slicing materials without using them. I don't think about them. I'm looking at the numbers. It's like, right, I've got 500 of them, 400 of them, 100 of them, 200 of them. I'll just buy those for the next few days, and I just keep using it over and over and over again. And then we've got a nice chunk of slicing materials. I do the same thing you do, Ranger. I do mod depression, And I think I just saved up all that slicing material for a month, and it's gone in 10 minutes.
And you hit nothing.
And I hit one mod. So it's mod depression on steroids.
Mm-hmm. All right. Another question kind of leads into this from Daniel Gutowski. He says, question, what do you think about adding to mods tab and loadout button that says set on characters? Yeah, I'm fine with that. It works for me. Make it quick. Just set on that character. Yeah, it works. Sure. Question for the panel. Best Christmas movie ever. For me, it is Christmas Vacation.
Die Hard.
Die Hard.
It's Die Hard. It's the greatest Christmas movie of all time.
I like Die Hard, but I don't know if that's my favorite Christmas movie.
I'd say Jingle All the Way.
I'm a classic man, so for me, it's
Die Hard.
It's Die Hard.
Okay, I got you. You guys like Die Hard. Jesus Christ. I like Die Hard, but I said I'm a classic kind of guy. It's a toss up for me. It's Miracle on 34th Street or White Christmas. I really like those two movies. They're just, they're older movies, but, from the 40s.
You're old and cheesy.
It's not about old and cheesy. I just think they're really good movies. So, I do like me some Die Hard, though. Yippee-yay. I'm not saying the rest. I noticed that Loki didn't give his answer.
Love Actually is my favorite.
Aww.
That's actually a good one. All right. Let's see. What else in the 3 says, fun fact, looks like someone actually built the errant venture out of red Legos. Yay, Google. Oh, I have to go look at that. What else in 3 then says, but Nev, it's cheddar in American English, so it's a different because of the accent, right? Cheddar.
Doesn't matter how you say it.
Cheddar.
It ain't cheddar.
You're going to see in the Boston accent. Cheddar.
Cheddar.
Yeah.
Go back. All right. Kuzman. Head out to Worcester. All right.
No, that's where Worcester sauce comes from. That's where Worcester sauce.
Yes, that's where it comes from. Worcester.
Worcester.
No sauce.
See, a Cornish pasty is only a Cornish pasty if it comes from Cornwall. If it doesn't come from Cornwall, then it's just a pasty.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Champagne is only champagne if it comes from the Champagne region of France.
I know, it's just sparkling wine. I got
Otherwise,
you.
it's just sparkling wine.
I got you. Okay.
Lincolnshire sausages are from Lincoln. Cumberland sausages are from Cumberland. If they're not from there, then they're just sausages.
Never's fancy.
Yeah.
Yes, I am fancy smancy.
Let's see. Kuzman has a question. It says, question, For Round the Corn, for a broader perspective, can you tell me what the 7 essential team one needs to have up and running for going for the first Galactic Legend? Oh yeah, we can do that. Darth Revan, Jedi Knight Revan, Gas, Padme. I would say Geos.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of, I would say Night Sisters if possible, not essential though. The other teams are not essential. Those 5 are, in my book. You can get Grievous if you want to as part of the Separatists. That's actually.
I'd say Traya.
Trey is another one. That was the one I was going to say.
I'd say the Traya.
Yeah,
Sith
Trey
Triumvirate.
is, yeah. But if you do, Gas in the 501st, Padme with all those characters. Let's see. Oh, extra sharp cheddar, white cheddar. Let's see here. Padme, Gas, both Revens. Definitely want the Geonosians. And then I think the last team can be kind of up for debate. I mean, I think it depends on what you're working on. You're going to have a lot of Separatists because you work for Padme anyway, so having Grievous in there, or, is kind of solid. The droids are pretty good, or let's say a Night Sister team. But you want to throw another team in there, I kind of like Bounty Hunters as a 7th team as well, because I think Bounty Hunters can do a lot of stuff. If not, it depends on which Galactic Legend you want to go for. That's going to have a big impact of whether your First Order is going to be viable or your Resistance is going to be viable, right? Like with JTR lead or crew lead. So it depends on which of those characters you've gone for as maybe a 6th or 7th option for it as well. But I think it's those first 4 definitely. If you don't have Gas, Padme, both Revens first, and I'm including Malik as part of the Sith Empire team, those 4 definitely. The other ones are up to debate. Which one you wanted to work on? You probably worked on the Geonosians to get Padme, so that's going to be a really good team for you, unless you went the droid route or some other route. The other 2, it could be one of those other 3 or 4 options that we mentioned. So,
I mean, and CLS, wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah,
it's
CLS
always
is
good.
really good.
CLS is good for. It's just one of those good uses. It's like if you're not sure, just DPS the crap out of it.
Yeah, CLS Han Chewie is
CLS,
still to this day just
CLS
dumb.
Han Chewie.
But that's a lot of work you have to put into another team into that, so. Because you got to get Ewoks for Chewie, and then you got to get a bunch of characters for CLS. Han's a raid tune, right? So, if you're a newer player...
No. Bounty Hunters for Chewie. Ewoks for Chewie.
I'm sorry, Bounty Hunters. What did I say? Ewoks for Chewie? My bad.
Ewoks for Chewie, yeah.
Yeah, Bounty Hunters, sorry.
Bounty Hunters.
Okay, Yeah, P, question for everybody. How are y'all getting the best out of double jobs? I'm just doubling up my current farm, staying on target, getting there twice as fast. That's what I'm doing the Imperial Bomber, and he's 85 out of 100. He should be at 7 stars, if not 7-starred. The other 2 was Kara and Piet. Piet 7 stars, Kara's 82 out of 100. So, I mean, double drops have been really, really, really good to me. I'm stayed on target, and then finishing up the gear for Shakti to Relicer, that's been super nice. Just throwing it out there, because it's those left side pieces that I don't have. Like the bandolier and the purple pieces that go with it. But with double drops, man, that's I'm almost ready for her to go to Relic. So I'm excited to take her to Relic and be done with that, and then start working on these other characters. I've got Orsing up there, Van Stel. Don't worry, she's waiting for me to start working on her.
I'm telling you, you're gonna love her. And
I'm just saying, she's there, man. I got to get these other 3 done first. All right, I don't want to hear it. All right.
I think she's gonna be a pretty important piece with the raid coming up.
My Orsing's G10.
Nice.
That's better than mine. So Kane, are you staying on target, or did you switch up for the double drops?
No, I stayed on target. And the double drop helped me out because it's shifted me to what I wanted to do. So I got Piet up to G12. I got JTR up to Relic 3. So I got those off the table. Those 2 projects I was working on. Grief's obviously still on there, but he's in the fleet. And my next kind of project is to work on ships, because my ships are starting to kind of fall behind. So for the next month, my project is to work completely on ships and get them up and squared away. My General Kenobi fleet or Galactic Republic fleet is 5 530, but everything else below that is just terrible. So I really have to work on those, and that's going to be my project for the next month and a half.
Okay, Ben Sell.
What happened?
What are you using double drops for, you psychopath? Jesus
Sorry,
Christ.
I was messaging my Grand Arena opponent. Oh yeah, I'm unlocking all those light side characters I never unlocked. I got I think it's very, very important right now for anyone who hasn't farmed or finished your Cantina farms. Do it now, just because Cantina farms are so hard, just because you have to be going for those relic salvage all the time. So I would say, like for me, I'm doing Arc Trooper. I'm finishing off finally. I know, but yeah, just go after those Cantina farms. I think that's a really, honestly, like, because they said they're not going to add any more characters to Cantina, right?
Well, they say that, but that doesn't mean anything.
Okay, well, that's the plan for now, at least. So hopefully they'll stick with it. But yeah, no, I'm doing that. I'm finishing up Kara. Trying to get ready for if they drop a legendary character on us in January. And then I'm doing the Resistance heroes at the moment.
Okay. Loki, what are you working on? Double drops. Rebel Fighters, you said, I think, right?
Yeah, Rebel Fighters. I'm just farming Chirotechs right now, and then I need the wiring for the relic mat. The wiring is what I'm low on wiring, the bronze wiring. So the Chirotech node has I believe has the wiring piece to trade into the scavenger. So that's what I'm focusing on right now, really. And then just the relics, man. That's it. So relicking up the Rebel Fighter squad right now.
All right. And then the Nev.
It depends on the account. I'm having a lot of fun on my 2 million GP account with the double farms, because it's like everything I'm farming, it's just like it's raining shards.
Christmas.
It's like it's Christmas. Not so much on the older accounts. I mean, there's a couple of gems in there. I'm just wishing I hadn't wasted so much time farming the clone troopers. I wish, I'm doing the clone troopers now on my 2 mil GP account, because it's like 10 clone trooper shards every single time I farm one of them. It's like beautiful. And Shakti, it's like I'm so going to get a Shakti clone team nice and fast. But there's others on that account. I'm going for Ewoks, so getting double, nice. It's not so nice on the main ones. I mean, 2 times 0 and 4 times 0 on Mandalorian characters, still 0. So, I'm not even farming for Dora the Explorer, and I'm just trying to get Piet shards, and it's like every time it's like, oh, here's 1 Piet, but here's 8 Dora the Explorer, and then the next day it's like, oh, here's no Piets, but here's another 8 Dora. It's like, why do I keep getting Dora the Explorer? It's like I'm not even farming Diego. Sorry, Poe and Finn. It's Dora the Explorer. Poe is Dora the Explorer, and Hero Finn is Diego.
Sure.
Diego, go.
Very British of you. All right, next question. Go to you, Loki, for this one. This is from Jace. This question: how high do you need Rebel Fighters to get waves in light side GOTV?
Ooh, let me check mine right now. Dude, that is the most broken team in light side right now. Hands down. Like phase 3, phase 4. If you got the mods for it and they're, and you have the right tunes.
What are the right tunes in the routes?
The other team's not going to take a turn. It's hilarious. It's been really it's a good team to invest in, especially for light side GOTB. So right now I have the team I use is Mon Mothma lead, obviously. It's going to be Pow, Scout, and I use Cassian, and I use Cara Dune.
Okay.
That's the team I use. And looking at my roster right now was this Relic 3. I have Relic 3 Scout, Relic 3 Cara Dune, Relic 5 Mon Mothma, I think 4 Jedi Master Luke, and then Pow and Cassian are Relic 4 apiece. And like I said, if you can survive the initial onslaught in phase 1, then once you got the team rolling, the other team's not going to take a turn, which is hilarious. And it's good for phase 3, and it does work for phase 4 as well of light side GOTB. So fairly low relics, especially since like relic 7 other teams can't even get through like a couple of phases in light side GOTB. So it's a good team to invest in if you're at that stage of the game.
All right. Well, Juice for this question: Did anyone figure out the stun 30 times comp for GC? Yeah, Night Sisters or Luke. And you're not going to get it at lower levels because if your character's too high, you can't do.
So I mean, here you can try. You can try. It's Jedi Knight Luke, Daka, Crew. I think is one of them. Hermit Yoda, and then the fifth you can put like Royal Guard or something, and that's it. That's all you need.
That's all you need.
Yep.
All right. Oh, for Christ's sake, Xfinity question: Why does Vermont cheddar have to be cheddar, but a Geo duck doesn't have to be a duck, or an Irish spring doesn't have to be a spring? Finn, please stab yourself. Sarium question: Ranger for me. Okay, Ranger, did you answer my Discord question? If I were to unlock Grandmaster Luke soon and was falling further in arena because I have Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, I'm so primary target. What relic is sufficient for counters? Because I have.
You read that too fast. What was it?
Well, it's for me. He says, did you answer my Discord question? If I were to unlock a Grandmaster Luke soon and was falling further in arena because I have Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, and so I'm a primo target, what relic is sufficient for counters? Well, it's relic 7. Arena is a different animal. I mean, that's a different animal altogether because you're in arena. You're getting the best of everybody's best there. So if you're going to compete in arena, you've got to have the characters, and 2, you got to have them maxed out with your best mods. Now you can still do very well with Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. You're gonna get countered a lot, but I mean, you're still going to drop. I mean, I still drop in arena. It's just that I don't drop as much now that I've got Luke in there. So, but I still drop. But I mean, with Luke, you're still going to have to go Relic 7 on Luke, and you don't need his ultimate because you can run teams without. That's not really pertaining to his ultimate because of what he does. But you're going to need the 6 Zetas, and you're going to need Relic 7 on Luke. I mean, it's just you're in arena. This is the where everybody brings their best toys to come play. So you're going to face other Luke teams with Jedi Revens, Gas, Lukes, and Watt or Hermit Yoda if they're using it. Or you're going to see the Rays with their best, or you're going to see Kylo Ren's with their best, or you're even going to see Supreme Emperor Palpatine in there with highly relic characters. It's just the way arena works. Am I nuts on this answer, guys, or?
I've never. It's been donkey's years since I was in, the top of squad arena. I concentrate more on fleet arena than squad arena.
Anybody else? Loki arena. I mean, you got to come in with your best to have a chance in arena, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, we still call them arena mods, right? So yeah. I mean, your arena mods are your arena mods. I mean, you got to have good mods on your dudes too, because you're easy target if doesn't matter what team you got, but if your mods suck in your arena squad, then yeah, you're gonna get targeted. It just
you're gonna have a bad day.
So, I mean, you have to think in arena, people are gonna look for those easy victories because they just want to have an easier climb. So if you're at that stage, then that's what's going to happen. Unfortunately, it's just the way it works. However, if you can get your Jedi Master Luke going with that team, it's really good on defense. You won't drop as much, but you're still going to get targeted, and you'd still get countered, even if you have Luke. So, I mean, you got to make sure that you got the team maxed out and you've got the mods maxed out with your best mods that you can get on them, because it's arena. So even once you get Luke, you may not drop as much. You're still going to drop. I still drop till like 12, even 16 some days because they'll attack me with my Jedi Master Luke. So, I mean, I still have to do a couple battles to climb up. Some days it's only 10. Some days it's maybe 8. But it still happens. So, even when I had Rey and it was Kylo Ren and Rey, I could drop to to 20. And then I'd have to climb up. So it's going to happen. If you're being consistent in arena and you're always climbing and getting into the tops, then you won't drop as much if you stay consistent with it, but it's still arena, man. Serum says, question part D. I have Supreme Lighter Kylo Ren combo counter for Jedi Knight Revan lead plus Watt. How useful is the Separatist counter? I didn't know there was a Separatist counter.
For what?
For the Jedi Knight Revan lead plus Watt combination. He says, I have Supreme Leader Kylo Ren combo counter with Jedi Knight Revan lead plus Watt. How useful is the Separatist counter? For Supreme Leader Kylo Ren? Serum, you redo your question. It doesn't make sense. I'm not understanding what you're saying.
Yeah, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren should be able to do it, no problem.
Oh, that was pertaining to the... okay, but that was pertaining to the previous question we were just talking about. I mean, you can run combos in Arena, right? If you're going to have like a climbing team. I see people do this all the time. And they will practice their counters. Like you'll see Darth Revan and a bunch of shit in there, right? And I'm like, well, they're practicing their counters for climbing and GAC and things of that nature. I even see people that will put threes in there. Like they'll say, hey, can you put this, I'm going to put this team, can you attack and tell me what happens kind of thing. You can still do that and have counters, but at the end of the day, you still got to have your best team on there for defense. So, okay, so that was related to the original question, so I misunderstood. Richard Cheese. Oh, boy. Is this a cheese question? Uh-oh. Okay, it's not. Okay, thank God. It's this question. Currently farming tickets for Supreme Emperor Palpatine. I'll have his ultimate right away because I held off on Jedi Master Luke's. Best way to use Supreme Emperor Palpatine in 5v5 GEC. Well, the only one who has him here is Loki, I believe, right?
Palpatine?
Palpatine, yeah. Jazz Hands McGee.
I have him. I just don't have the ultimate finish. I have the ultimate finish like a day or two.
Okay, so Van Sale and Loki, you guys can answer this question. What is the best way to use him in 5v5 GEC? What's the team you're going to run and stuff? Offense, defense, like those kind of things are what this person's looking for. Any thoughts would be great, guys.
I'm waiting for Van Seal to answer. So
I mean, for God's sake.
I'll answer for both of us, Loki. So it depends on your opponent.
Great answer.
No, I'm planning on doing the Triumvirate with him.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Probably, I'm not sure about my fifth. I'm thinking Vader or either Malik.
For GAC.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. Just because the teams I've gone up against with, because I have a couple.
Is this for offense or defense?
This would be for defense.
Okay.
For offense, I think you can do a lot more things on offense just because you're way more flexible. Unless you're going after, another GL, then yeah, you just use the same team. But there's a lot of different ways you can go about the team. I mean, I've seen people run 2 tanks on the team. I've seen people run no tanks. The no tanks team is actually kind of scary because the extra damage they put out almost kind of puts you on the spot. Like you really don't have a whole lot of time to make a difference before that ultimate gets off. But definitely Trey. I think Trey is always going to be on that team no matter what. And then if you're running Trey, then it's like might as well just put Cyan and Nihilus on there. And like I said, that fifth spot, you can do a lot with. You can do Vader, you can do Malik, you can do Revan. So yeah.
Any thoughts, Loki? Any
For,
variations?
is the question asking for defense only?
No, it's just saying for GAC purposes. It didn't say for offense.
For GAC purposes.
I threw that in there just so that, best way to use him in 5v5 GAC. Is it offense? Is it defense? Why? What's the team that you're using?
I mean, it's a toss-up. Like, he's really good on offense if your opponent if you look at, if you scout your opponent and he uses a lot of Jedi team on defense, then, I mean, he's so good against the Jedi. Like, he takes out Jedi Master Luke on auto. You can probably undersize it. And Jedi Master Luke can't do anything. Once he links up Jedi Master Luke, it's over. And then I guess he takes out gas. So I mean, if your opponent puts gas on defense, super good against gas. So you can basically run Sith Eternal with 4 trash Sith in the back, and pretty much take out any Jedi squad on defense. So with that said, on if you're going to place yours on defense, I do agree with Van Seal. I think you go Sith Eternal with the Triumvirate, and then you could, again, it's a flex spot for the 5th one. I lean toward like Marauder or Sith Assassin myself. I like Sith Assassin actually because she just speeds up. All your Sith get plus 40 speed, which is ridiculous. Yep. So you can get your Sith Assassin pretty damn fast, like 370, 380 speed, real easy. And again, it's like a bonus turn, right? And that's all she's good for is you get that bonus turn. She goes to stealth, and then she can cut through protection with her shock, with her lightning, which is really good. So trio for sure. And then the fifth spot, I like 3v3, like Sith Eternal with Marauders, probably the hardest Sith Eternal team I've faced because Marauder just doesn't die. And if you build your Marauder like super tanky with a CA arrow or something, like Vader counter won't beat it. So you basically what you're doing is you're forcing your opponent to use a GL against Sith Eternal, and they can use Kylo Ren solo. That's fine, but now they don't have a Kylo Ren to use on any other team, right? And that's what he's good for on defense. Is you're forcing your opponent to use a GL, and your opponent can't use a Jedi either. If you're Sith Eternals on defense, so they can't use Jedi, and you're forcing them to use Kylo Ren. So he's really good to bait the good counters out of your opponent.
Kylo Ren's pretty good. All right, let's see here. Nick Credo, I think we answered this one, but we'll bring it up again. It says, what Jedi Master Luke comp do you use to take out Rey? I think we talked about this, right? Yeah, I think we gave those teams. But if you want to say it again, Loki, since you want to be Mr. Antisocial.
What was that?
The team that you used with Jedi Master
Sorry,
Luke
somebody was doing spoilers in the chat, so I got it. So.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Perma banned their ass.
Okay, what was that again? The question?
Hold on. I see who they are.
I took the message out, so.
Yeah, but I want hide them permanently.
Oh, okay.
It's a permanent. No.
I can do that. All right.
You have done this to yourself.
You have done this yourself, Potato Head.
No spoilers, guys. Sorry.
Let's see here. Yeah, it was the question is what is the Jedi Master Luke comp to use to take out Rey? We talked about it if you want to give a brief synopsis again. So
again 3v3 or what do we, it's a different comp, that's why, so but anyway, so I'll just again, we talked about 3v3 earlier. You need an attacker and you need a third Jedi that can recover protection for the team. So I mean, if you can get max banner, you can get your 54 53 banners against Rey. I like to spam the ultimate, so it's Jedi Master Luke lead, and then I like some kind of an attacker. So I mean, I like Gas and Hermit Yoda. That's the easiest. But you can go. I forgot who I was talking to in chat, but you can try Ezra. You can try Jedi Anakin. But again, they're a little more squishy. So the thing is whirlwind. You have to survive all the whirlwinds. You're gonna get like 2 to 3 whirlwinds, and you'll probably get 1 or 2 ultimates off on Rey. So you have to survive those. And I like to get the max banners. If you lose your attacker, though, Jedi Master Luke's going to have a problem. So you have to keep the attacker alive to keep whittling down Rey. But it's definitely possible. Rey in 3v3, she's going to lifeblood until she goes to damage immunity. So you just got to kind of wait for that to happen naturally. And you got to survive all the ultimates and whirlwinds. So it's Jedi Master Luke lead with Gas and Hermit Yoda, I think, is the safe bet. If you want to gamble a little bit, you can do like Jedi Master Luke, Ezra, and Jolie. I think works. It's a little more risky because you don't have a healer, and Gas, heals himself when he attacks. But it's definitely possible. But the safe bet is Gas and Hermit Yoda with that team on a Jedi Master Luke led team.
All right, let's check one last time for questions, and then we're going to start wrapping it up, getting ready for some GAC fat time, because life is capper.
Oh, yes, I have some GAC to catch up on.
Gappy question says, why is there 94 people in the chat but only 38 likes? Lick that like button, people. Yes, if you wouldn't mind. It's kind of important.
Because they all left and went to Affinity stream right now.
Is he streaming right now?
Cold. Cold as ice.
No, I don't know. He left, though. Finn goes, I'm leaving.
Yeah, that's because he can't win the cheese argument.
Win the cheese argument. Oh, Christ. What is happening? I don't know anymore. What is happening with everything? I don't know. All right. Let me see. Last look for questions. Oh, Jesus. He couldn't win the cheese argument. Is that how that works? Oh, okay. Can't win the cheese argument. Have to leave. Okay. All right. Let me refresh one more time. See if there's any questions. Well, we can start wrapping up a little bit early. That's okie dokie. I think we got them all. Let me look. Well, let's skim through here. Yes. There you go.
I agree.
Yep, no more questions. Yeah, the guy the guy in the chat was trying to spoil Mando, and we're not having that. So sorry, rules were stated.
Get that shit out of here.
Get shit out of here. Who you think he is? So he's got a perma ban. So I don't play around with that crap, you know. And you're just being a douche to be a douche. So yeah. Let's see here. Affinity responding says, spoiler alert, the only thing controlling exactly what cheddar is a 1966 codex for trading standards, which essentially states that cheddar must be a firm cheese with 39% moisture. It doesn't have to be made in cheddar to be a cheddar. It just got its origins from cheddar. Well, there you go,
Are
Nev.
we doing this?
Okay, so hey, Finn, that's fine. So the next time you drink sparkling white wine, call it champagne. It's exactly the same.
I'm sorry. It's pronounced champagne. I'm right. I just throwing that out there.
Champagne.
Champagne.
That you bought from Target,
See,
right?
I'll just, you know,
yeah.
I'll just make some. I'll make my own bourbon, and I'll just call it Jack Daniels. You know, I'll make my own vodka, and I'll call it Smirnoff. Yeah, it's not, but according to you, the name means nothing. It's
Potato.
relevant. You know, I'll grow some potatoes, and I'll just call them, you know, Harris potatoes. You know, even though they're not, I'll just add that name because according to you, just adding the name means nothing. You know, means nothing.
Is this a thing really?
All right, I'm just gonna let that die.
No bueno. No bueno.
Just gonna let that die permanently. No more cheddar arguments. If you guys want to argue, get a room. All right. So I think we can start wrapping it up. So, let's see here. Cheese War 2020. Yep, there you go. I told you, Nev. If you try to argue with Finn, it leads to nothing but heartache and heartburn. All right, but Yeah, Elliot, I am actually thinking that. Why did I wake up early for this? For the great cheese debate of 2020. I don't know.
Finn,
what was
you don't win.
Jesus. All right, let's wrap it up. I'm going to go do GAC. You guys can go fighting for cheddar. Somewhere else, man.
Yes, don't be coming on my stream later, Finn, and with this shit, okay? Seriously, don't.
You say that, Nav, and that's just encouraging him to actually go and do said damage to your
Fine,
stream.
it's going to be a private link now. I'm only going to invite.
Yeah, that's not. And someone will send it to him just for sheer hatred. So that's not going to work either. Finn finds a way. All right. Let's let everybody pimp their stuff. We'll start off with Van Seal. Van Seal, you are the Bounty Hunter Whisperer. Where can folks check out your information? It's really good stuff. Discord, all that stuff. Where can folks check you out at?
So I have a YouTube channel. Like I said, I don't really do a whole lot of day-to-day stuff, but I got a lot of highlights and I think really cool videos just to hopefully help people get ideas on, you know, the limits of bounty hunters. And then I'm going to post the Discord for the bounty hunters in chat real quick. You guys, everyone's more than welcome to join. It's a great place to just talk bounty hunters and just,
sure,
you know, just get to know a lot of different strategies, a lot of different points of view, a lot of YouTube videos, and there are a lot of great content. Yeah.
Science. All right. The Nev. Where can folks check you out at, my friend?
Twitch TV /Escape Podcast, and obviously YouTube as well. We got our flagship show, which was obviously last night, the Escape Pod cast.
There you
and
go.
Then obviously we have our big shows, we've got our main show now on Twitch, which is GA Center. Normally every Tuesday, but every fifth week it's on a Wednesday, because obviously CG takes you get that extra 24 hours at the end of a season to clear out your feeds. So instead of the show being on Tuesday of next week, it will be on Wednesday, and then it's like Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, if you guys haven't watched it, you really need to do it.
So you guys, come check it, because the season's getting interesting. We've got a fight for first in Division 3 between two content creators, Olimar, two of our European content creators, actually, Olimar and Renard the Fox. So we have two mainland Europeans fighting for the Division 3 championship. And then we've got people fighting for the top 4 spots in Elite to get into the Premier League. It's a good fight right at the tippy top. You got Klesso, Solo Base, and Zareth all within one round. Bearing in mind, we've been doing this for 5 months now, and they are literally within one round of each other. So that's interesting. And then we've got Standard Division 1 and Ranger Infinity fighting for one of those top 4 spots to make it into the Premier League next season. So if you want to stay track with just how good the RSG guys are at GAC, you need to come on over and check out and see how they're doing.
Well, we're doing the best we can. But you know me, Nav, I only care about Kyber. It's all about Kyber for me. I got to keep my Kyber streak intact. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. And then Kane, anything you want to pimp, my friend?
Nothing for me particularly, but I do have to pimp my Lord and Mistress, Hurtful Empanadas, aka Ouchie Dumpling, and my guild Gist. So shout out to Ouchie. Love her to death. She's the best, and that's all I have to say.
That's right. She is the Mistress of Pain. All right. And then if you're watching this, you're watching the RSG channel. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Very much appreciated. Now, the link for Twitch is down below. We're getting ready in probably about 10, I'll say 11 a.m. we'll start it. I'm going to get Thane's monkey ass in here, and then we're going to, and any of the people that are here can hang out as we're going to do my GAC. And then I think Finn said around 2ish, he's going to do his GAC. I'm pretty positive we're not doing D&D tonight. And as soon as I get done with my GAC, back up to the hill I go.
Good luck, buddy.
Jesus. So I'll be doing that for a while. So if you can message me in Discord at any time, but if I don't respond right away, usually because I'm outside doing something like heavy lifting. I gotta get some mulch, and God, those bags of mulch are fucking heavy. God damn. But I'm almost getting there done. Then I've got to get the backfill done. So I got a lot of work still left to do. You get the one part of the project done. You're like, damn it, I still got more to do. You can't be proud until it's completely done. All right, so we'll jump on Twitch, go do GAC. So you guys are more than welcome to come join us at 11 a.m. We'll get that. I'll get the event up here in a minute or two. Take a quick little break, and then we'll start at 11 a.m. We'll go start doing our GAC. So, with that being said, please do me a favor. Check out these other great channels like Nev and Vince Hill and all the other guests that we have on during Jedi Academy. You know, they take the time out of their busy schedules on a Saturday morning to be here to do nothing but answer your questions. Best way to show your appreciation for them taking time out of their schedules to do that is to go to their channels, watch the videos, support them on Twitch or YouTube, get the thumbs up, everything like that. So there you go. What is GOM? What?
He just woke up.
Oh, well. So this is why GOM drives me nuts. So yesterday, a bunch of people messaged me saying, "Are we doing Jedi Academy?" I says, "Well, I thought we were not going to do it." So I put in Jedi Academy and make sure to tag people and said if we did do it, was going to cancel it. If, who would do it. And then everybody, including the people here, were like, yeah, I'll do it. You know, so thanks for reading the Jedi Academy Discord, Dom, and being up to date on, you know, everything that's going bad. Go, if you want to come hang out, we're going to go do some GAC in a few minutes. It's the same link in Zoom, so Christ. God, I'm going to kill you, dude. Read the goddamn messages. What's the point of me putting that shit in there if you're not going to read it? Oh my God, I'm going to kill you, dude. All right, we're going to get ready for some GAC. Have a great rest of your day, guys. If we don't see you, and when we do, we appreciate you. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you next weekend. If not, peace out.